Yes, children, today we will see, in continuation with chemical properties of alkenes, we will see oxidation of alkenes today. Okay. Now we are going to see with cold and dilute KMnO4, the first thing, and then with hot and concentrated KMnO4. Both the things we are going to see in terms of oxidation. Now supposing you take ethene and you treat it with dilute KMnO4. See, just to show that KMnO4 is an oxidizing agent, I have used this nascent oxygen, and to show dilution I have shown water. Okay. So ethene, when it is oxidized in the presence of dilute KMnO4, cold and dilute KMnO4, you get a diol. What is a diol? When two OH groups are there in the product, then it is called as a diol. Now here there are two carbon atoms, so it is called as ethane 1,2-diol. Okay. So all the alkenes, when they are treated with cold and dilute KMnO4, they will get diol. Now you see with propene, in the case of propene, again you are getting propane 1,2-diol. Right? OH group is attached across the double bond. Same way if you take butene, again here also you get butane 2,3-diol. So in all the cases what you get? You get diol. Okay, a compound which is having two hydroxyl groups. Now what happens in the case of hot and concentrated KMnO4? Let us see. Now with hot and concentrated KMnO4, here what happened in the case of cold and dilute, only the pi bond broke. Okay, sigma bond was intact. In all the cases you see sigma bond is intact, right? But here in this case you will find that both sigma and pi, they are going to break in the presence of hot and concentrated KMnO4, right? So what happens when both the bonds are breaking? Then the tetravalency of carbon has to be preserved. Okay, so two valencies are satisfied with hydrogen, and when you break these two bonds, that means you have to provide two more bonds with some other thing, right? So you are adding 4 nascent oxygen atoms to satisfy the divalency of the carbon atom. Okay, now how it is getting attached, you see here you are getting 2 molecules of HCOOH, that is you are having CH2, दो हाइड्रोजन है तो कार्बन के साथ 1 डबल बॉन्ड O and हाइड्रोजन के साथ एक O. Okay, so this is going to C और H के बीच में this OO आ गया, and another hydrogen is attached to the carbon. One hydrogen is attached to oxygen and one hydrogen is attached to carbon, and you are getting 2 molecules of carboxylic acid because there are 2 carbon atoms. Okay, now this formic acid, this will further get oxidized to produce water and carbon dioxide. Okay, now supposing you take propene, again here also sigma and pi bond both will break, and this part you will get it as acetic acid. See, the double bonded carbon, if it is having a hydrogen, then you introduce 2 oxygen atoms in between, you get acid group, right? So this will become acetic acid, and this will turn out to be formic acid, which will decompose to give carbon dioxide and water. So what are the products formed when propene is subjected to oxidation in the presence of hot and concentrated KMnO4? You will get acetic acid, water and carbon dioxide. Okay, remember the double bonded carbon should be possessing a hydrogen, only then it can become acid, because oxidizing agent is providing only oxygen, it is not providing hydrogen. Okay, so CH will become COOH. Okay, and this terminal double bond CH2 will get converted to formic acid, which will further decompose to give you carbon dioxide and water. Now supposing you take the double bond, now here it was at the terminal position, but here it is at the middle, it is not at the terminal position, and on either side of the double bond both the carbon atoms are possessing hydrogen. So when 2 oxygen atoms you introduce in between, then you will get 2 molecules of acetic acid, 2 molecules of ethanoic acid, right? This is the product if it is subjected to hot and concentrated KMnO4. Now supposing if you are using a substituted alkene, see with this carbon there are two alkyl groups, and with this carbon there is only one alkyl group. So there is a hydrogen here, but here there is no hydrogen. Okay, so if there is no hydrogen, then it cannot become COOH. If there is no hydrogen with the double bonded carbon, it cannot become COOH. So what it will become? By taking up this oxygen, it can only become a ketone, right? Whereas this will become acid because this is CH. So what is the product you are getting? See, you are getting acetone and ethanoic acid, propanone and ethanoic acid. This is propanone. Propanone, common name is acetone, and this is ethanoic acid. You know it very well. Okay, so here you have to be very clear whether the carbon holding the double bond is having hydrogen or not. If it is having hydrogen, it will turn out to be carboxylic acid group. If there is no hydrogen attached to the double bonded carbon, then it will become a ketonic group. Okay, so on oxidation, these are the products formed. So if it is a terminal alkene, then definitely one product will be CO2. The terminal carbon will come out in the form of carbon dioxide. Formic acid will decompose to give you CO2. But if it is at the middle and the carbon possessing hydrogen, then you will get acid. Right? So this is about oxidation in the presence of cold and dilute KMnO4 and hot and concentrated KMnO4. Now let us read the next property, that is polymerization. Now what is polymerization? See, polymerization is a number of molecules of a particular kind. It joins together to form a long chain. That is called as polymerization. So n number of molecules of ethene polymerize to give you polythene. Now here what is happening? The pi bond breaks and the sigma bond is extended on either side of carbon. The pi bond breaks and the sigma bond, it is extending on either side of carbon. That is what I have shown. This sigma bond is already there and there is extension of sigma bond on either side. So you will get polythene n times. That is CH2, single bond CH2 is getting repeated n times. So you get a polymer, that is called polythene. Always remember, only the double bonded carbon will come in the polymeric chain. Okay, only the double bonded carbon will come in the polymeric chain. Now look at this propene. Now which are the two carbon atoms which are involved in double bond? Unsaturation in दोनों पे है, is it not? So how it is getting converted into a polymer? See, only these two carbon atoms will come in the main chain length and this CH3 will stand as a branch. Okay, so this CH2 is extended on both the sides n times. We are starting with n molecules of propene. You will get polypropene. Remember, only the double bonded carbon will come in the polymeric chain length. Same way, you see this. This is vinyl benzene. This group is called as vinyl and it is also called as styrene. Okay, vinyl benzene is also called as styrene. Now when this is going to polymerize, what you are going to get? Again, this group is going to come in the polymeric chain and this benzene ring will stand as a branch along the chain length. Okay, जहाँ जहाँ CH होंगे वहाँ वहाँ एक एक बेंजीन रिंग होगी. तो इसके साथ एक और यही वाला ग्रुप एक और अटैच होगा, फिर एक और अटैच होगा. So this side also, that side also, it is getting longer and longer on either side of the carbon. And so what you get? Polystyrene. Same way the other one is, say this is vinyl chloride. I told you already, this is called as vinyl group. So what is this group called as? Vinyl chloride. Okay, this is vinyl chloride. Now when vinyl chloride polymerizes, n number of molecules are combining, and so here you find CH2CH coming in the main chain length of the polymer and Cl will be hanging around wherever there is CH. So this is called as polyvinyl chloride, which you call it as PVC. Right? So that's about properties of alkenes. So what all we saw under the properties? We saw, first of all, addition reaction, and then we saw oxidation. Rather, this polymerization is also under addition only, okay? Or we can put it separately also. Polymerization. Under addition, what all we saw? Under addition, we saw plus hydrogen. Then we saw plus halogen. Then we saw plus hydrogen halide. Then we saw in particular plus HBr in the presence of benzoyl peroxide. Then we saw addition of ozone followed by hydrolysis, and we also saw addition of HOX. This also we saw. So all these things we saw under addition reaction, and then we saw oxidation. Under this we saw with cold and dilute KMnO4 and hot and concentrated KMnO4, right? And then polymerization we saw. So that is about the chemical properties of alkenes. Now we will do alkynes. Now under alkynes, let us see both physical and chemical properties of alkynes. Initially, physical state, if you consider, first 3 members, they are colorless gases, then 4 to 11, they are in the form of liquids, and higher members, they are solids. And if you consider the smell, generally they are all odorless, but this ethyne alone has a typical smell of garlic. That is considered to be due to the presence of phosphine, which is present as impurity. Okay, that means the phosphorus compound से alkyne, the ethyne बनाया होगा. Only then this phosphine can be present as an impurity in it. Then coming to melting and boiling points, they are higher than the corresponding alkanes and alkynes. Why? This is because of symmetry. See, these alkynes, they are symmetrical, they are linear in shape. So because of this symmetry, they are considered to be more closely packed in the lattice. Lattice is nothing but the packing of molecules in a particular solid. That is called as lattice. So because of the symmetry, maybe it is having higher melting and boiling points. Then solubility. They are soluble in non-polar solvents like benzene, carbon tetrachloride, ether, alcohol, etc. And they are insoluble in water. Then as usual, density increases with increase in molecular mass, and alkynes, they have been found to be lighter than water. So this is about physical properties. Now let us see chemical properties.